What's going on, y'all? I'm back. To all my spiritualists out there, wish you guys blessings, many blessings to come. Today, I want to talk about loyalty. Loyalty is a big thing in our lives, and we need to be careful about who we give our energy and give our time to, because who we may be giving our time to may not be the best person to give our time and our energy to. So, I just want to talk about that. I've been through a lot of my life. I've been through betrayal, just like a lot of us have, been through betrayal. So I just want to touch on this because I believe that, someone needs to hear this message, especially me. When I talk, guys, I talk to myself. I talk to myself always. So be wary, guys, of who you give your time and energy to, because they may not really be the right person for you. And they may not be really be for you at all. They may just be playing this game and just hiding who they really are. So I always say this, guys and girls, when you see them red flags with someone playing with your time and they're not taking your time seriously, and they don't see what you do when you take the time out your day to make them a priority, leave that person. Do not let that person make you a fool. Do not let that person show you in the end that they were really a snake. Please, guys and girls, please, please, please. I want to, like I said, I'm talking about loyalty, guys. Be very, very cautious of those who seek to be well liked from everyone, for they shall betray you. I'm going to say that again. Be cautious, or be wary of those who seek to be well liked from everyone, for they shall betray you. One thing, guys, that I've learned in my lifetime is that you can't straddle the fence. You have to pick a side. There is no in between in this world. There is no in between. Like, this is a law. Like, you have up, down, good, bad, light, dark. Like, there is no in between. Like, this is a law. This is the law of polarity. The law of polar opposites. Like, you have this in this world. There is no in between. I've learned, like, to be very, very watchful of those who want to make friends with everyone. I've learned that those individuals rarely are faithful. I mean, just kind of just think about it. I mean, we all live in a world, where everyone, we all have free will. God has given everyone free will. We all free to do what we will, and I know me personally, I strive to live the best lifestyle that I can do, that I can be, that's conducive for my growth, for me and others. I know everyone is not, striving in this life to try to be righteous. Everyone is not striving for perfection and be the best person or the best version, that they can be, even though it may appear to. But if you look really, really in between the lines, you can tell if someone's really trying to be the best version that they're trying to be. You will see that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like that we can't make mistakes and there isn't any faults, but people should be trying to be the best versions they can be. That's conducive for them and for others, to the point where they can, that their lifestyle is helping themselves and helping others. There's a saying that says, how can two people walk together unless they agree? I'm gonna say that again. How can two people walk together unless they agree? To break this down in simpler terms, it just means that how can two people accomplish a goal unless there is a meeting of the minds? If there is no meeting of the minds, there is no faithfulness. I'm gonna give you guys an example, something that rings and something that I hold dear to my heart. I'm gonna give you an example. I was dating this girl. I was dating this girl, and I met her like in this club. I want to say a club. It was a restaurant slash that they turned into a lounge. She wasn't from this area, but we talked, and we became very fond of each other. We started dating. She was a little bit younger. We started dating, and we grew to like each other. I mean, I would say we even grew to love each other. We spent a lot of time with each other. But one thing I noticed in the relationship with her was that her emotional energy, it was split. You know, and when I mean split, I mean like we would hang out on a Friday once I got off work at night because I work night shifts. On a Friday when I got off, and then it would be like, okay, on a Saturday it would be almost like, she was home, but she was hanging with a homegirl, and she would be like watching movies with this friend at like 2 in the morning, which I was home, and we were together at the time. So I kind of thought that was off. Like, okay, like, when you got a man and a woman together, like you build like a relationship, you build a mental relationship, and the relationship becomes stronger. At first I really thought none of it until it got worse. And it got worse to the point like when this female friend would come over, her behavior would change. When I mean change, it would be like we could be having a good conversation, but when this friend came around, she would do things like try to rush me off the phone. And it was really weird, you know. The worst it ever got is when, she scheduled a time to come and see me, and I knew something was wrong because my intuition let me know, but the the reason why she scheduled to see me wasn't really to come and see me. It was because she wanted to hang out with this female friend who was coming to the area where I live. I stayed roughly like an hour away from her. Um, so when I realized like her emotional mentality, it was split. She was trying to appease me and appease other people as well, to the point where it caused a confliction in our relationship. It caused a confliction. Like, I know my ex-girl, like, I know she loved me, like, and I know she knew that I loved her, but it has to be more than love. It's not just about love. Like, it has to be more. It has to be action. It has to be, are we building? It just can't just be love. Love is a love is a very, very tricky thing. I remember reading this book by Napoleon Hill called Outwitting the Devil. And just to break it down, it was an interview when he was hypothetically interviewing the devil, and Napoleon Hill asked the devil about love, and the devil said, well, love, it's like a palliative. It kind of like cures pain, but it doesn't like solve the underlying issue. And meaning what he was talking about that love breaks down willpower. So, like, when let's think about this, guys. Let's say, for example, hypothetically, you got a man who's beating a woman, and she keeps going back to him. He's physically beating her with his hands, like, to the point where he can cure her, but she keeps going back, and her friends to her are, the police tells her, oh, well, this guy can kill you, but she said, oh, I love him. So her willpower and her reasoning totally went out the window because of love. And I think that kind of happened with me, like, because I've loved this girl, like, even that she showed me that she wasn't loyal because she was emotionally split. Like, it broke down my willpower and my logical reasoning, to ignore the emotional split that she had. I mean, I remember having a conversation with my ex-girl, and every roommate that she ever had, she had a falling out with them. Like, everyone that she had, it was a falling out with these roommates. And as I got to know her and just to be around her, I kind of see it was because she tried to appeal to everyone and tried to, like, please everyone. And that could be a problem. That can be a very problem. And I think that, it backfired. Like, because in life, you just have to be you. Like, you have to be you. Like, let your energy attract who you're going to attract. You don't have to cause confliction or, split your energy or cause yourself, I have to spend more time with this person or that person to cause some type of confliction, because it will. Because you're not faithful at all. You're not even being faithful to yourself. So I kind of lost track. So believe me, guys, when I say be cautious and be wary of those who seek to be well liked by everyone, for they shall betray you. Believe me when I say that, for anyone who tries to be well liked or tries to please everyone will betray you. Believe me when I say that, because I know this for a fact, because my ex-girl, she betrayed me. You know what I'm saying? She betrayed me because she tried to appease everyone, and her emotions were split. Instead of just allowing things, her energy to just attract to attract what she needed to attract, it caused friction, and therefore, there was unfaithfulness in the relationship. And I don't mean unfaithfulness as far as to the point of sexual, even though that could have been too. I don't know for sure. But when I mean unfaithfulness, I mean as far as emotionally and mentally not there with someone else, because you are trying to please everyone else. If that makes sense, guys. She wasn't true to our relationship at all. She wasn't true to it at all. You know. She wasn't true. And at the end of the day, like I stated before, when you are being you and living in your truest self, when you're being you, you don't have to be friends with this person. You don't have to try to be friends with that person, because at the end of the day, like, the right people are going to come. Like, you're not going to have to come down to this person's level and feel like you're hurting this person's feelings or you're hurting that person's feeling. Like, everything would just flow. But when you try to appease everyone, like, you're gonna kick the people who maybe God sent in your life. You're gonna kick them out your life, and God sent them for a reason, to maybe be another shoulder that you can lean on. But because you didn't see that, and you wanted to appease everyone, that you caused friction, and you ran this person away. You ran this person away, and therefore you're not true to yourself. You're not true. You're not true to anyone, or better yet, you're not faithful to anyone. You're not faithful. You know, there's a saying that says, by Christ, he says, you can't serve two masters. You'll either love one and you will hate the other. And from that saying, when Christ said that, I take it that when, like I stated earlier, when you are split, like when you're trying to please everyone, and that's your goal, there is no way, it's a law, there is no way that you can be faithful to the people that you need to be faithful to, because your emotional mentality is split. And God may have had a blessing for you, but you missed out on it because you were this person who tried to please everyone. So I'm gonna leave this message to those who needed to hear this, and I'm just coming from the heart, just coming from experience, y'all. And none of us is perfect, guys. None of us is perfect, girls. But we need to strive to be perfect every day. To become our truest selves in the spirit. So believe me when I say, be very, very cautious of those who seek to be well liked by everyone, for they shall betray you. They shall betray you. Peace, y'all. And I pray for blessings, and I pray for healing to everyone who hears this message.